Go down to the market downtown and get on some of that boar's head.
Oh.
And then special cut ham for the cat.
He wishes.
Alright, so I'm going to be quiet. Like the first 3 laps. I'm just going to watch. So don't feel pressure or anything.
Okay.
You just do your thing.
Will do.
I'm just going to watch. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, get out of the car, man. You're so fat. Now I can really tell a difference with the speed.
Well, I actually prefer having 2 people in the car for autocross because it turns better in, well, the same in both directions.
Okay, nice. That Mustang has a special spoiler on the back.
Yeah.
By Petty. Sheet metal screwed in, stainless sheet metal screws.
No, I was always more of a Dale fan myself.
Me too. I taught my son about Dale Earnhardt. But
Yeah.
been to a few NASCAR races. I just watch it on TV every now and then if I'm bored and there's nothing else on.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's kind of, I would say this year has been, I don't really follow it like most people do, but I watch it like I said, when I'm bored. But this year is actually better racing, you know, competition, more leader changes and things like that, because they've changed the rules package once again and reduced the horsepower down to like 500 horsepower at some tracks.
Wow.
I think they're still running the same at the speedways, the super speedways. So it's it made for a little bit better racing, so it was more enjoyable to watch since I had to watch it. But
are they still doing the three mini races in the one race deal, or did they scrap that?
they're still doing those, the stages and stuff.
Yeah.
Stage 1, stage 2, and then they have like the final stage they call it, and then the winner of that is like the winner for the whole thing.
That's I can understand why they did it, but it's a bit, feels a bit weird now.
Yeah, it's not like I watch motocross, and they'll have the outdoor races like what's going on now. They'll have 2 motos, and they take the average of where you placed, and then you win or podium based on that.
Okay.
So it's more understandable why they do that versus like NASCAR. It's like, oh yeah, okay, you were the stage 1 winner. Oh yay! You're not the winner, but you are the stage 1 winner.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. But it's a big money industry. If you've ever been to Charlotte or Mooresville and been to the race shops,
I've got a lot of friends that work up there that do autocross, so they're all in trucking, but they all went to school to try and get into NASCAR.
yeah, a lot of money, big money.
Oh yeah, Haas, man. Whoa.
Yeah, oh yeah, crazy. My dad watches Formula 1. That's his thing.
Yeah.
Like he's like, oh man, Formula 1 cars are so good. I'm like, I mean, I like watching it. It's great. I think it's cool to watch it, but I'm not following it like you are, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much whoever spends the most money wins the race.
Yeah. And that's what my dad's like, well, they should do that with NASCAR. And I'm like, well, they kind of already do, you know. The big name teams are the ones that are winning. And he's like, well, they should make it to where they could do unlimited, stuff. And I'm like, well, what about the lower funded teams?
Exactly.
Because Formula 1, they can do whatever they want.
Like, have you watched any of the super stadium truck races that they have, like on road courses with the huge jumps?
My dad showed me that on
amazing.
YouTube. It is crazy. It's like a desert racing truck racing on a road course with jumps in. It's kind of like what do they call it, like Auto X or the Rallycross.
Oh, Rallycross, yeah.
Yeah, like Tanner Faust does all that stuff. Crazy. They go onto the road and then go into the dirt, hit the jumps, and then go back onto the tarmac and zigzag and then back onto the dirt.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, I'd like to give that a try at some point, but it's a hard thing to crack into.
Oh yeah. Like kin block.
Yeah.
Right. So like I said, I'm gonna watch you. You just do your thing. And then, are you gonna take that and line up the uphill S's over the hump?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. All right, cool. I'm gonna watch.
I think it's safer overall because I'm doing less turning over the crest.
Yeah.
But give me your feedback.
Okay, I will. I'm gonna give it to you then or later. What would you prefer?
Whenever it works for you.
All right. I'll give you a thumbs up.
Yeah. It was actually a slightly smaller workload driving solo because I didn't have to pay attention
To me?
to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And another thing is, like, that's what I do. Like, because I wanted you to experience it. I was out there watching all the other guys come around. Like, none of these guys are soloed except for my friend here. And I'm thinking, then I go, well, he's got a lot of experience more than these guys do.
Yeah.
And you know, I felt safe with you going out, and I wanted you to have that experience too, to where you're not hearing me in your ear going, when's he gonna say something, or what's he gonna comment on that, or you know, I messed up that turn a little bit. I could have done that better. You know, so it also takes the bug out of your ear. So be quiet, just watch it. No, we're either over slowing the car the first time. Just with our two
sweepers, so it's very rare.
Okay, yeah.
It's usually a lot of high-speed transitions into, just high-speed transitions.
Okay, yeah.
You might have one like sweeper corner that you can trail brake into.
Yeah.
But again, we usually, just to sort of minimize the amount of error, we just brake and then turn for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Different sort of applications.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is fine. I mean, that's kind of like what the line is in the green group. I mean, I wouldn't call it the line, but that's what the normal procedure would be for that, because they want everybody braking and turning in a straight line. But yesterday you were, and maybe this morning you were kind of trail braking down into it.
Yeah.
So if you're braking, then accelerating, then we're kind of over braking the car to where we don't necessarily need to brake as much. So what I would either rather like to see it is either a brake and a coast, or either a late brake, or either kind of a trail brake down into it, because that's what a lot of people will do as you get faster, is they'll trail brake down across that hump, where that curve is, and that comes more, it's kind of like the reverse effect of the uphill S's hump, to where the car is getting unloaded and light. The car is going over the crest, but it's going down the hill, so it's getting light as well. So you might experience some rear end chatter or lockup if you're on the brakes. So it's kind of, when I brake through there, I'm left foot braking. You know, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I'm just trying to give you paint a picture. You know, I'm coming down through, I'm hard on the gas, and then I breathe off the gas and I start my turn in, and as I'm turning in, I breeze on the brakes and I hit that curb on the left. But my wheels are straight because I'm going right to the next curb. But when I hit the curb on the left, I breathe off the brakes. The car kind of goes whoop and comes right back down. It's like your shoulders doing this. You feel like this motion, woof. The car goes back down into the hill, going into the downhill section, and then I squeeze right back on the brakes, just enough to scrub the speed to make through the turn.
Right, gotcha.
We didn't really get I think we might have gotten one good clean run without traffic down through there. So that section where you brake hard, you might accelerate, you might catch somebody, and you might have to brake again. So that's a scenario when you might use that. But I would much rather see it one smooth, either trail brake down into it.
So you treat it as one large corner as opposed to me breaking it into separate.
Yeah, separate little elements. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because what that does for you is there's more stuff going on. You know, I'm having to brake, now I'm having to turn, now I'm having to accelerate, now I'm having to brake again, now I'm having to turn, and now I'm having to get back on the gas instead of just hard on the gas, scrub on the brakes, turn off the brakes, roll back on the gas.
And I think that's definitely an autocross thing, because we want to throw weight forward
to help make the car turn.
Yeah. So,
and that's kind of what I'm feeling in 5, because I did the same exact thing when we had the BMW engine in the car. Is I would run it in 3rd gear, wide out, revved out, and I'd lift off the gas right as I started to turn in, and induce a little bit of rotation or oversteer, and then I'd roll. As soon as I'd feel the rear end rotate, I'd roll right back on the throttle, just like you're doing. And I had a racer ride with me, and he said you need to shift to 4th short shift, but we have the power in that car versus this one. So I think if it helps to rotate the car, by all means do it. But if you can stay on that gas, if it might just be a mental thing,
I think it's a mental thing.
Stay in the gas and let the thing roll through there, because like I was saying, they did a traction patch through there after they did the repave, and then it has a little bit of banking in there to catch the car as well.
And again, I think it's just a confidence issue, but I can probably work.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Well, thanks, man.
All right, what do you think on the last session? You want to ride? I will if you want.
I think I'm going to skip the last session and head on back early. I could feel my concentration waning a little bit the last run.
We followed the car out of 10. We drove it back to the left.
So I don't want to push it too much.
Well, I mean, you did an excellent job, and I'm going to do the eval online. I mean, you have skills that some advanced students have. But I think I'd recommend you for the next group up if you wanted to do that the next time you come out. But if you said, hey, look, I want to do green because I want to be one of the dominant cars in the class, you can do that.
Well, no, you don't get a trophy for winning green.
You don't. But I know a lot of students will come out with expectation to advance. Like, that's all they want to do. And that's what we're out here to do. We want to learn our skills, or hone skills, and learn different lines from different people. But at the same time, some people want to go, I want to be in white group, or I want to be in the red group tomorrow. And it just doesn't work that way. But I'm comfortable riding in the car with you. I was never once scared.
Okay.
You have really good skills. I was telling one of our instructor buddies, I said he heel toes like some of the, I mean, best of them. So I mean, I've ridden with people, and he's like, I don't even heel toe. I'm too old to learn. I said, I'm too old to learn how to heel toe. I don't care to. He just rev matches and vroom, and then pushes on the brakes. But
it was interesting learning the first time because you over brake so much, and then you can't really rev match, but eventually managed to get it down driving on public roads.
That's the best place to do it. That's where I learned how to left foot brake. And I had a 5-speed Toyota 4Runner, and I'd left foot brake in that thing before I ever came out here, and then I'd do it in automatic transmission cars as well. And I have a tendency to do it in my truck, but heel toe downshift is how I learned how to do it in my 4Runner as well.
I've tried left foot braking around my neighborhood, like before the speed bumps that we have, but the release just isn't quite as smooth as I can do with my right foot.
And that's when I did the BMW Tarheel instructor school. We talked about left foot braking, and they're like, "Who left foot brakes?" And I was like, "I do." And then some other guy raised his hand, and they're like, "Do you really think it makes you faster?" I was like, "If it doesn't make me faster, it makes me feel more comfortable." Yeah. Because, you know, just like we talked about going up the uphill S's, if you feel the car unload, you know, you can be in the throttle, and it'll keep the car neutral or keep the weight transfer towards the rear. So, it's kind of like going down the downhill. You know, I might not go as fast into it if I didn't left foot, because I can, you know, just like we're talking about autocross, I can load the front, I can unload the front, and then I can load the back right up, just like this.
Because there's no transition period, it's just on and off. And
my foot's ready to go, just in case. So like when I ride home sometimes at night, if I see deer out, I'll cover the left foot. Cover the brake with my left foot just in case, because there's no way I could transfer my right foot off the gas and hit the brake as fast as I could just hit with the left foot.
And if you stall on the road, no biggie. Okay, cool. Well, thanks very much.
You did an excellent job. I'm going to give you good reviews on your evaluation. And is there any recommendations from me other than trying to make good use of words and being concise?
You've been on point all weekend. I can't really think of much.
Well, give it to me. Not gonna hurt my feelings, man.
No, I really can't think of much because, well, I mean, just a tremendous workload. But I'll have a sleep on it and
write it up in the reviews.
And see if I can think of anything. But
because if it is, hey, look, we're all out here to learn. And the way I look at life is, if you're not learning something new every day, what's the purpose? So like I said, that's why I do a lot of stuff. I build my own bikes. We didn't even get to talk about bicycling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I build my own bikes and work on my own bikes. Got park tools staying in my basement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I built a room out in my basement. Do electricity, I do plumbing. I sell coffee machines and gun safes.
Nice.
I work for my dad.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a local business. We've been in business for 80-something years, so that's what I do.
Oh, I guess that's where the lock picking comes in, right?
Well, no, I actually follow a thing called ITS Tactical.
Okay.
And they talk about situational awareness. And one of my BMW mentors, racer and instructor, he did a mirror setting thing for him online, how to set your mirrors. And so I started following them, and they talked about picking locks with paper clips. And I was like, okay, so I have thousands of paper clips, and I picked a master lock, and I was like, wow, I thought a master lock was the best lock you could buy. And now I've learned a lot about locks, but it's more like with your mind. It's kind of the same thing, like with staying in the throttle, and the mental things about turning, being in the gas, or braking.
Pressure on the cylinder. You know, all that
so
stuff,
it's exactly. So you pick locks.
I watch a lot of YouTube videos because I'm interested. When we bought the new house, I made it a point to get some decent Schlager deadbolts. I've done a little bit of research without spending crazy amounts of money on all these really fancy locks. That seemed best bang for buck. I spent a lot of lunchtime watching video.
Did you secure your garage?
So I've got the blocking plate over the emergency release to stop anyone from going in.
And hooking it with a coat hanger. I've done that. I broke into my brother-in-law's house like that. He had locked himself out or whatever, and you know, actually I broke into it before they bought the house. But it was make a long story short, they knew the person that owned it. We went down there, it's right near my house. I took a coat hanger, and I'd seen it on YouTube. Didn't know it was that simple. Stuff it through the top, hook that emergency release, and pull it right to the door, and you don't even have to put pressure on it. It touches the gap, and it goes pop, and the door goes wide open. And the other thing to look at is I think it's called the Door Devil. It's if you're really concerned about security, I don't have them on my house because my area is not highly populated.
Yeah.
And I have cameras. I have the blink camera system.
Oh yeah, same here.
Yeah, they're good. Best bang for the buck.
I get a lot of shots of wildlife.
I do too. I have bees.
Yeah.
There was a big, like a bumblebee coming up to the camera, and my 2-year-old was looking at it, and then it came right up the camera. He jumped back like that. But the door devil actually reinforces the door frame.
Oh, okay. Right.
Because most people aren't gonna pick your lock; they're gonna kick the door in.
Well, yeah, it's easy.
And if you don't want to buy that, what I've read and I've done is I've taken like 3-inch wood screws, and screwed them through the plate where your deadbolt and your latch goes into, because it'll make it harder for them to kick the door open. Because kicking doors open is easy. You know, you can just 1 or 2 kicks and you're in. But that's what got me into picking locks, and I have a lot of lock picks. I make my own. And nice. And I bought some sets as well, so it's really good for the mind. And I think you know, one of my friends was out here camping. He's got like the early onset dementia type stuff, Alzheimer's, and he was a really good driver and instructor, but I mean, he can't remember.
Oh man.
You know, and he used to be on our chump car team, and he's like, I never said that. And I'm like, yeah, we ate lunch 2 weeks ago and you said that.
Oh wow.
So to see stuff like that is it's like you really got to take care of yourself.
Wow, yeah, and they say the more you use your brain, the less likely stuff like that will affect you.
So that's why I'm trying to stay busy and doing things like this. But I had a blast with you this weekend. The car is great.
Thanks, man.
And I think you'll make a great road racer one day, or an instructor. You know,
instructor is probably more likely.
Yeah, and autocrossing is probably fun, but this is just a different level of fun.
Yeah, I get a lot more seat time here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm lucky if I get 5 minutes a day.
5 minutes a day with autocrossing? How long does a run?
So a run can be anywhere between like 30 and 90 seconds.
Wow.
National events, we get 3.
3 runs.
Per day.
3 per day.
Yeah.
So you're getting 3 minutes maybe a day.
But it's good in that you can compete against other folks, which you don't really get here because it's education.
Yeah.
And being in a spec class, you know, everyone's car has the same equipment. The alignment's very slightly, but everyone shares all that information because we want to beat each other on the best sort of way possible. But I really like the competitive atmosphere.
Yeah. What about time trials? Does Tarheel do anything like time trials?
We used to do time trials at the end of HPDEs, but we discovered that folks would rather have an extra session.
Okay.
SCCA have started doing like time trials.
NASA does it.
Yeah.
But they're like a circus, because I've instructed with them before. Yeah. I mean, I did time trials with NASA, and it was fun, but it kind of goes back to the benefit for the reward kind of thing. And I wasn't going to Summit, and now they go to Dominion. So with a child, it just makes it harder to do all that. But time trial would be something. Maybe you could do time attack or something.
Maybe. I mean,
bring it back.
I think there's one at Charlotte Motor Speedway at some point this year, so they'll probably do another one next year. Yeah,
and then North Course. If Tarheel ever runs North would be really fun on this car.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you would see a big gap between the high horsepower cars and your car.
Oh, especially around the Patriot section.
Yeah. It's all technical through there. You don't really use muscle. It's all driving and keeping the speed going.
Isn't it on there a couple of blind crests?
Stevie Wonder's one of them. They call it Stevie Wonder because it's blind. It's a left-hander. It goes uphill and it's blind, uphill left-hand turn, then it drops back down to the right. And I call it, that's another set it and forget it turn. It's like, I call it the double apex because it has a curb, and then the car hits the curb, tracks all the way out, flips another curb, and then you straight line it as possible to the top of 15. It's really fast and fun. So if they ever have North Course out here, it'd be a good one. You would have a lot of fun out here in this car.
Absolutely.
All right, good deal. Have a safe travel
too,
home.
Thanks for staying out, even though you car.
I know. Well, if you see us out here next time, come over and say, hey, it's a silver E36 with the wing on it.
Absolutely.
And I'll get you a ride.
All right.
All right, take care.
You too.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.